Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Aramopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Talia.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast, episode 44 to be exact. And we got my man from Honor Roll Records in the building. We got BeRosey in the house.
Appreciate you, fam.
Is that BeRosey or is it just Rosie?
It's BeRosey.
It's BeRosey.
BeRosey.
Excellent.
All my homies call me Rosie.
All right, perfect. Like, I think I met you time and time again, bro. It's
Yeah,
always at Honor Roll, Make Way. I always see you, and I keep saying we're going to get you on the pod. We're going to get you on the pod. And we finally got you on the pod.
I appreciate it, fam.
Welcome,
Thank you for having
welcome,
me.
bro.
Or you see me there all the time. We're working, you know?
Yeah, you're always there. That's what I was going to say.
Always.
Man's always there, always working. I don't know. It's like you live in the studio at this point, bro.
Literally.
Yeah.
Every single day I'm there. There's no question about it. If you want to catch me somewhere, it's at the studio. Like, that's it.
Dope. I heard that recent single you just dropped, Play My Role.
Yeah, thanks. I
Dope.
appreciate that.
That video was also dope. The visual, really liked it.
Thank you.
The flow is like, I don't think there's any other flow that I can sort of say it's like copying that flow or anything. It's like, it's very unique, dude.
I just try not to bite nobody. I've been just being me, you know what I mean? Like, the whole visual is about, like, my upbringing. It's all at my roots. It's the arena that, like, I played hockey when I was a kid. The places by the water, it was like everything is just my childhood. So, like, I just got to be me. Like, there's no faking nothing, you know?
Yeah. From what I'm watching in the visuals and everything, it doesn't look like you're trying to hype up some shit. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm playing my role. I'm doing me, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Just who I am.
How long have you been making music for?
Bro, like, I was 12 years old. I'm probably almost 12 years now, 13 years. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, all right. So,
been a minute. But, like, taking it seriously, like, really, I've been putting my foot down since, like, 2015. All that. I was growing up. Even till, like, 2018, 2019, I was still just getting into my sound and finding myself musically.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's the hardest part.
So what type of music was what type of artists, what type of genres were influencing you back when you were a kid?
Wayne,
okay.
Yeah, Wayne was heavy. Like, Wayne was number one. Like, all that Walk It Out shit, all that, like, DJ White Owl, like, all that underground mixtape era was, like, huge.
Okay.
And, like, I started out by putting mixtape. I was, like, 12 years old putting out mixtapes because I thought that's what you had to do. Just mixtape era, French Montana, all that shit.
Yeah, that's highly influential back then.
Yeah.
I remember hearing Wayne on almost every mixtape that would come. Like, when he was at his peak, you could not find a mixtape that didn't have Lil Wayne on it.
Facts.
And I think, was it Corday or Cordell Bryant, his manager at that point? He said the strategy behind it was that they would just flood the streets with as many, getting as many mixtapes as possible.
Facts.
Just to, like,
everybody else's shit, his own shit.
Exactly.
But, you know, formulas changed, and, like, unfortunately, the mixtape era kind of died.
Yeah.
Spotify took over, and now we're running in a different type of world.
Exactly. So you've been making music, you said, since 13, basically.
Yeah, I'd say, like, we go back to 2008, 2007. Yeah.
And that was more like on just playing around, you know, messing around, seeing what...
Sure. Rock band mic on GarageBand.
All right.
You know, like, literally just messing around.
And was it always hip-hop, or was...
Yeah.
Okay,
It was always hip-hop.
Always hip-hop.
Always.
I see you got the style, dude. You got the ice, you know what I mean? Every time I see you, you always look flashy. You got you got gold, you got the grills and everything.
I was like, I was 13 years old with a blue mohawk. Like, I was always just trying to be different. You know, I was just out there, colorful.
Like, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything. Like, when I first saw you, bro, like, you were swagged out. I saw this guy in the building. I saw him on Honor Roll Records. And I'm like, yo, who is this Zach Galifianakis looking dude over
You
here?
ain't the first. My mom's told me that shit. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
But like when I heard the music, I'm like, holy shit, who is this guy, dude? Like,
That's it. We rocking. You
yeah,
know?
you're rocking, dude. Like I'm telling you, you got the swag, you got the aura around you.
Thank you.
The name BeRosey. Why BeRosey?
This is a long story, but I mean, at the end of the
We
day,
got
now
time, bro. We got time. You're on the podcast.
You know, I used to be called Baby Rose. A lot of people knew me before as Baby Rose. My nickname growing up was Baby, and some people just don't like calling me Baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not their forte,
Okay.
especially in the industry. Some people have egos and they're tough.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay, but you know, then names started getting tossed around where I wanted to do something that was like not everything. Because bro, even Lil Baby, the Baby, all these people, Baby Goth, all these people started coming out, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's not be one of those, and let's do something that nobody's gonna come out with, and that is still me. And everybody was calling me Rosie.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, let's just smile and be Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, it's BeRosey.
That's the interpretation I got when I heard BeRosey. I thought it was like a mantra in life.
In fact,
Yo, you just go through life, be rosy, man. You know what I mean? You
literally
gotta
what
be
it
rosy.
is. That's literally what
There
it
you
is.
go, and that works.
Thank
I think that works way better than Baby Rose. You know what I mean? So kudos to making that.
Like
decision.
I said, till 2018, we were just finding ourselves.
Yeah. Dope.
You know?
So you're kicking it with Honor Roll Records right now.
Yeah, signing them fully.
How long have you been like working with these guys, and what made you sign to Honor Roll Records? What did you see that you really liked? Like
People.
the people.
The people, bro. Like from day one, it's been nothing but support, nothing but help, and it's like just working as a team, working as a family. And like honestly, I've been with other teams, I've been with other collectives and shit like that, and it's not the same. And this is like a real family vibe. Like we're all supporting 100% on everybody's stuff. Doesn't matter what you're doing, we're there for it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like we just need more of that. And I felt like it was the perfect group of people. They had my back 100%. And that's what I need. You know, and like feel like I have something to offer to them, so I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
I think that's very important that you find a place that you can call home. You know what I mean? A community that really works well with what you want to do, and you guys just gel together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of crews in the city. There's a lot of labels 100%. In the city. But from what I noticed coming to the studio multiple times, and it's not even being biased or anything, because I don't know you guys that well or anything, but coming through the studio, I just see a nice community. Yeah. People are always working. There's left and right. There's this person doing this person doing that. 100%. And it looks like people are getting shit done. Yeah. You know what I mean? As opposed to some guy that's like has his own label from his mom's basement, and he's just telling you guys he's going to do this and he's going to do that, and this is how he's going to enhance your career, and it never falls through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. But you know what? Still kudos to those little guys.
And I like those. I'm not dissing anybody.
We need those too, because like they're even though they're in their mom's basement, they still have a drive, they still have ambition, they still have a goal, and they're still there to do something. They're trying to help somehow, and like it's better than just thinking you can do it and then never actually trying. It's like, just don't promise somebody something. You can be there to help. Just don't promise. You know, like if you're not in that situation, don't promise. But like, even then, like you might have been in a situation to promise.
True.
You know, even if he's in his mom's basement, he might have something that he can offer. You know, so like, you gotta let the little man rock too. And like, it's not like we're some big major label or nothing. But like, we're trying to put our foot down. We're trying to do what we can. We're trying to support everybody else too. We're not trying to be like, you know, we're not trying to be down everybody's throats. We're really just trying to push the community forward. Yeah. That's the whole point of the building, you know? Studios, photo studios, radio room, like, the record label. It's just all there. Bring people in. Let's go.
I agree. Also, not to push the little guys down or anything, but it's that. It's like, don't promise, you know what I mean? And that's what it is when you get signed to like some non-existent label, or you get a lot of promises that don't follow through. 100%. So I think it's just like, if you're gonna help me out, man, just help me out, and let's do it that way. We shouldn't. If this thing's not legit, there shouldn't be any contracts and stuff like that. Let's just rock with it and see where it leads. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with you on that. You guys have a healthy team. You got photographers, you got videographers, you got a roster full of artists and everything. You got the main man. Kyle in the back, you know what I mean? He's doing what he's doing, and
for sure.
That's what you need. Everything has to be running in motion. Everybody has to be playing their part, like your last song says. So
that's exactly. Everything ties in, you know. Like the song came from like actual emotions, but it also comes from living life. Like, you got to experience things, and you
Mhm.
see this firsthand. It's like, okay, you gotta do what you have to do, and let that person do what they gotta do.
Exactly.
Don't interrupt each other.
Yeah.
Watch the work get done. You know, like, I feel like if more people had that mentality, shit could get done so quick. Just focus on one thing, not a million. Focus on one, bang it out. Next thing, bang it out.
I agree. What did I see too? I saw you
dropped
standing.
an album project last week.
We're gonna get into the project. It's just something I had in my head because I know I'm gonna forget about it. I saw you standing in front of a poster. It was like a billboard, children's hospital or something like that.
It was the Montreal mission.
Okay.
So it was we were doing things to help out the community. Montreal helps Montreal. It's the whole campaign. Billboards all over the city. You know, Malik Shahid on supporting also. It's they asked me to be a part of it. I was like, yo, yeah, 100%. Like, this is what I'm here for. You know, it's literally just to help.
And what exactly was it though? It was
it's raising money for the less fortunate single moms. Kind of everything that under that roof of in need. You know, it's helping community.
Yeah.
And even not necessarily just in need, just like people that might need a hand to ride to work, shit like that. It's like figuring out ways for them to maneuver. They're much bigger than just helping the homeless, which is why I was like, yeah, I'm on board with this.
That's a beautiful thing, to be part of something that gives back to the community.
100%.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you felt like great inside doing that.
For sure. I was bullied as a kid, and the whole thing that I was a part of, the billboard that I was on, it was for, you know, help kids. So for me, it was like, if I was able to like get like put down as a child and then somehow grow out of it because I had that support, it needs to be something else. You know, like, I want to be there for those kids. So
it's these type of experiences that 100%. You go through in life that make you the man that you are today.
That's a fact.
So without that happening to you as a child, bro, we wouldn't have BeRosey right
now.
No,
100%.
Yeah.
Probably be just some regular suburban kid just working at 9 to 5. Instead, I'm a regular suburban kid that's pumping out hip hop.
Exactly. And you got to hear the fucking music. And he's got the new project that just dropped last week. Let's get back into that.
Yeah, Stuart Hall. Again, it goes back to like just bringing back the roots. You know, and Stuart Hall was it was a family thing for me back in the day, and it was now an art gallery in Point Claire in the village. And I think it's beautiful that where I used to go and spend some of my childhood got turned into an art gallery.
Yeah.
Now I'm making art, trying to fill the world with my art. So it's like, I just wanted to align those two, you know?
It's crazy how the pieces end up falling into place afterwards. And you're like, dude, I remember going here as a kid.
Yeah.
And now I'm here contributing back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really wild.
Yeah. So just the whole project is just speaking different life experiences that I went through to get to now.
Tell us a little bit about the life as a kid. Like, how was school like?
School sucked.
School sucked. You mentioned a little bit about bullying. We don't have to get into all that.
No, it's cool. I'm here to like I said, I'm here to speak out on that type of stuff. I want to be able to push the narrative of like, you know, it doesn't matter what people are gonna say, what people are gonna do. Like, if things get physical, that's a different story. Talk to someone right away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, no, you don't need to go tattletale. You don't need to. You could, but talk to someone because there is people there to help, and like that was a big thing for me. So it's like I'm just trying to shed that light, and honestly, just getting beaten up at school because like you wore certain shoes and shit like that. It's like, you know, this is all so small once you get out of school.
Yeah.
You get out of school and it's like, no one gives a shit what you're wearing.
True.
Like, no one actually cares.
Have you had any of these like situations in the past? Like, you've looked at them in the past, or that person that you so-and-so had a beef with in high school, and you see them now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the growth, or have you seen?
100%. One of my bullies posted on Instagram one day. He's like, yo, to everybody I hurt in my past, I'm sorry. I'd like to like reconcile everything that, you know, went wrong. I just mess him back. Cheers. Let it like, cause like, I know that he's definitely grown if he's able to come out and say something like that. But then again, I've also seen the bullies where they bullied me till I was 15, and then like I see him in front row at my show.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
It's like
it goes full circle.
Yeah,
you know
100%, 100%. And like, I laugh at those moments, and I smile at the moments where the guy posts on Insta saying I'm sorry, you know, and it's like cool
and true. And you don't even, and on top of that, you don't know what these people were going through at home or whatever, what made them turn into like a bully and why they were being such a piece of shit as a kid growing up. You know what I mean? It sucks that it happened to you or it happened to so many other people, including myself. I had those moments, you know what I mean? It does suck.
Yeah.
But when you grow older and you run into these people and they're like, you can see like they're sorry for what they've done, or in general, they know they've been a bad asshole or a bad person their whole life. And then they're like, at one point, it just like it clicked in my mind, you know, I'm gonna be a nice person.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that these people that were picking on you back then are now like front row cheering you on, posting messages on Facebook saying, dude, I'm sorry. Like, and it's a general message, not just to you, it's to everybody, you know?
Because they know they went wrong somewhere, right? So it's like, it can't be directed at one person because then they'd have to message so many people.
And I also have to think that the day and age that we're living in, it's a little easier
100%
to say sorry and stuff like that with these guys, you know, with these guys saying sorry for their actions.
Yeah.
I know, like, coming up in the 90s or early 2000s, like high school, you're not going to really get any apologies. There's no social media to see. Bro, there was no Facebook back then that you're going to see people on Facebook saying, oh, sorry about it, you know? We had MSN.
I had MSN, like, that
MySpace
was like elementary
and shit.
for me.
MySpace and like, come on, dude. So that's a good thing to see.
Yeah. It makes me happy too.
Okay, so that happened. School. When did you decide to like, bro, I'm gonna start like making music, taking it seriously? And what was like the first track like that you thought was legit and you could post it and you can show people that, yo, I'm ready to fucking catch your ear?
I was in drama class at John Rennie. David Hodges was my substitute teacher.
Shout out to David Hodges, man.
David Hodges is the one who started this whole thing for me. David Hodges, we were in drama class, and he was substitute teacher. He's like, yo, today we're going to do improv, but it's going to be different. Everybody's going to freestyle rap. Let's see what people got. And I was like, okay, I'm down. Let's do it. I was recording rock band, on rock band mics and stuff, so I was like, yo, let's do it. It's fun. And I freestyled, and he's like, you know what? Like, just come to my little studio one time. Like, let's see what you can do. Bring your mom, come through, and we'll see what we can work on. I ended up making a song to one of my homies that passed away at that time, Jay's, a graffiti artist. And like, I was like, you know what? This means something to me, and the song was actually not bad. I'm putting it out on Facebook. Like, I put it out on a Facebook video, put it out there. Whole school saw it. It was like 5,000 views in like a couple hours. Shit. And back in those days, it was like...
That's like a million
views. Yeah. Facts, you know? And I was like, okay, I'm walking into school, and then I realized I was getting bullied. They're making fun of me for making music.
Okay. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're just a little jealous too, bro. You're getting attention.
It wasn't a thing. It wasn't cool to do that. Like, there was nobody that was really... Like, you had some older cats doing it, but like that they were doing the real hip hop. Like they were really like, it wasn't just make music at your mom's basement. And like, so it was very different. And I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna do it. I really didn't care. And that was the first time where I was like, I don't care what people are thinking. And I just kept doing it. And Hodges like really he's like, yo, don't let them get in your ear. Don't let them do it, because he was a substitute. So, bro, he walked into class and kids would be laughing at me and shit. And he'd be like, yo, stop. So, like, Hodges was really the one that, like, made me get through it. Like, said, yo, just fuck them.
Like, I know the way you're making it sound like right now, like, there was other guys making music that was more serious. Like,
they were much older.
So they're making, like, that boom bap, or they're making that golden era hip hop, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's another thing. Like, how was it that, okay, you have these guys that are getting treated with more respect because they're doing real hip hop, and you're coming out now doing the new flavor. Yeah. And that's what it was, because they're hating on the new flavor.
Yeah,
like,
I was remixing every single Lil Wayne song there was.
And like, oh, this guy Lil Wayne, like, come on. I know it. Lollipop.
Yeah, facts. I was all of them, bro, all of them. So like, that's it. All the dudes that were actually getting onto shows and stuff like that, they were like, we don't want this shit. We don't want this at the show. Like, it's not what we're doing. And Hodges started bringing me onto shows. He wouldn't put me on the bill, but he'd like slip me into his set. Next thing you know, I'm doing shows with Hodges, and they're all like, okay, I guess we got to accept this kid, because like, he's here, obviously. And ever since, I've kind of just been throwing my name into the city somehow.
And it's guys like you that persist, and because at that point, it was a transitional period in the music era, right? Like, okay, people were sort of like saying, we're open to hearing what's coming out next.
Yeah.
And it's usually the younger generation that really fucks with it.
100%.
But to get the older people to open up, you really got to penetrate their ear sense, their earwaves, you know what I mean? So the fact that you were able to persist and continue going and like fucking block out all the noise, you know what I mean? You're still here, dude.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm gonna thank my mom too, because like, bro, I would not be here without my mom.
You always gotta thank your mom.
Bro, she really like, she made me realize how important it is to like stick to something.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually love it, doesn't matter, just stick to it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And like, bro, she managed to get to where she's at in life, and she's a very successful woman. And like, honestly, I wish I could only be like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take her advice and keep going.
Well, as long as you got as long as she passed down the drive through genetics, dude, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So just keep on doing you.
Appreciate that.
So along that journey you just started making the music, put it out. You know, you had a little bit of you had the reception, good and bad. Some people hating. You got a lot of views, so you already know people are fucking with it in some way. You know what I mean?
Somehow, yeah.
What happened next? Like,
kept going to the studio. Like, I've been living in a studio since, pretty much. You know, it's like when I was a kid, it was once a week, and then as I grew up, it was 3 times a week, and then it was every single day because somebody else is going to be doing it if I'm not.
So you kept at it. There was never a moment that you're like, you just gave it a break. You're like, oh, it's not for me. 3 months, and you had like this whole depression, and you're like, I'm not fucking with music no more.
No, like I might not have released or nothing, but it was definitely a lot of making music, planning out what my next rollout. Like, even if it wasn't a big rollout, there was a lot of times where I was on my own, fully just funding it out of my own pockets, and it was like working a little dishwashing job trying to pay for it. So like, wasn't getting the craziest placements or nothing like that, but I had to plan everything I was doing, you know. So
you were doing everything on your own at that point.
Yeah,
no team.
I was with another team at one point, but I'd rather not.
Rather not talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it in the past. Don't worry.
Exactly, and and I learned a lot while I was on my own. And from the time of me being on my own, I met Honor Roll.
Okay.
And they saw my drive. They saw that I was like, wasn't just doing it, but that I was investing back into myself every single time. Because like, if I wasn't recording, I was shooting a video. If I wasn't shooting a video, I was doing an interview. If I wasn't doing an interview, I was doing a photo shoot. Like, it was something going on all the time by myself. So they're like, yo, imagine if he had a full team going with him. Like, what could he be doing? So like, ever since then we talked, like I said, it's been family. You know, it's like the people are just great. So,
and, you know, I think that's like a super dope thing when you see a guy that's been working so much and he's been putting in so much work and he's been doing it all by himself for like the longest time. And you're like, dude, imagine this guy had a team. Imagine this guy had a little bit of a push behind him. Yeah. How much more we could accomplish with that guy, you know what I mean? So the fact that you got to link up with Honor Roll and they've been doing all this great stuff with you, I can imagine what the future holds, man.
I can only hear. Yeah, me too. I'm you know, my imagination runs wild and so does theirs. So I'm sure they're going to be somewhere crazy in a few years.
What do you think about what's it called? What do you think about like the last 2 years that we had?
I mean, it sucked because of the pandemic. Like, this show is nothing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we had a tour 3 days before the pandemic was announced. It was like March or May 6th, something like that. Right? Yeah, and we were supposed to leave cross country. We were doing a 30-day tour. Me and Mike the Rapper, and literally 3 days before, they're like, yeah, a few of the venues backed out. Then next thing you know, 2 days. Okay, now pretty much all the venues backed out. All right, now, yeah, country's locked down. No more moving. And we're like, oh, great. And there goes our tour.
And
like,
was that like the first tour that was gonna...
That was our first cross-country tour, yeah. Like, we've done shows, we've done out-of-city shows, but we haven't been like on a straight tour, like with city to city, let's go. And that was supposed to be the first one, and postpone, but you can only postpone for so long when the pandemic's hitting like that, you know. Businesses started like saying, we don't even know if we'll be open. So it's not even a postpone, it's a complete rescheduling.
Yeah. It gets a little annoying after a while, and you always have to keep either refunding, pushing back dates. How do you feel now? Are you more comfortable with now that everything's reopened? Are you guys ready to give it another go, or like you're like?
We've been ready to give it. Like, we've still been giving it goes. We were doing the live stream shows and all that. Like, we were still pushing. There was no stopping, but it still sucked because like we did the live stream show and then I go back to my house locked in for 30 days. You know, like it wasn't a good time mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was for anybody. I mean, if it was, it's because we're capitalizing on the pandemic somehow.
True. I agree with you
In
on
our
that.
industry, it wasn't the easiest to capitalize. You could, but it wasn't the easiest.
Mhm.
So we did what we could, you know? And I think we did pretty well. You know what? For like out of everybody that kept going through the pandemic, I think we were one of the strongest, honestly. Like, not to be cocky or toot our own horn, but like as a team, I give props to them, bro. We kept going. We pushed hard. Did numbers too.
Good. Very good. That's great to hear that something did come out of the pandemic for you guys.
For sure.
Now that you're ready to rock and roll again, you know what I mean? Things are opening up. I gotta see. We already saw the big honor roll show, like that networking event with Know the Culture. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
I'm Know the Culture. Okay, so we had that show that came up. That was great.
Yeah.
You guys
Great time.
organized it so well. You know what I mean? You had pop ups. You had the comedians and all these things that inspired me as well, because we're taking some of these elements, we're gonna incorporate them into our show.
Right.
So gotta have honor roll there, gotta have you guys there, gotta come support, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, down. Yeah, the show is honestly, we can't wait to get back out there. You know, like we went out to an event the other night just to watch some local artists, seen it, and we're like, yo, this is what we need again. You know, and it made us feel good. It made everybody feel great, and we're like, okay, it's back. So we got teased during the summer, honestly. But we did a show in Longueuil outside, bunch of people, 1,000 people going crazy. Next thing you know, we're locked down again.
That's like the
What?
feeling that I'm getting right now. You know what I mean? I feel like they're giving us a few more months. They're like, you know what, dude, we're gonna give you till the summertime. And
I don't know, man. The vibes changed on the street. Like
Yeah.
you walk into these places now. Like you walk into a bar now. The vibes are changing. The vibes are different. You can't lock these people back up.
I know. I
They're
can
not
feel
gonna.
that.
They're not gonna go
take
back
it.
in. It won't like
It's gonna be all right.
as As
Yeah.
much as people would, as much as there would be people that would respect what they're doing, no, man, the people aren't gonna stand for that again. Especially when you see the rest of the world opening up too, and it'd be only us. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I 101,000% agree with that statement. That I think people are fed up with it at this point, and we already what's it called? Put up with it for so long that you're like, okay, enough's enough. And if I want to go out and have a beer and eat a cheeseburger, have some chicken wings or something like that, let me do me.
Yeah.
If you want to wear a mask for the rest of your life, by all means, wear it.
100%.
Wear it wherever the hell you want to go. You want to go
100%.
swimming with it. You want to take a shower with it. Like
Do what you want.
nobody hates on that.
No. And people were able to do that before. So
Exactly.
you know, it's like keep doing what you were doing.
That's it.
Be
Just be
you.
rosy, man.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's it.
Just smile and be rosy, fam. That's it.
Okay, so we had the project that just dropped. You said last week.
Yeah.
Anybody featured on that project?
Solo,
It's
dolo.
all solo.
Solo.
Okay, making a statement right there.
Yeah.
Usually nowadays people come out and the thing's full of features.
No. Like I like working with people. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to something like that was so personal. There's nobody fits on it. I'm an only child, so it's not even like I had like a big brother that I could have used as like a bounce off of. It's just me, myself, and I on that shit. You know.
And is that like your first
No,
full
we
length
had
release
Square-
or something?
No, we had Square Thoughts last year.
Okay.
Square Thoughts went hard. We did with 85,000 on that, 85,000 streams.
Dope.
Went crazy. That one was dope. Yeah, and we're just trying to make this one bigger and better. You know?
How long does it usually take you for like come up with the concept or get into the studio and knock these tracks out?
Relatively quick. That's normally the problem because I can bang out so many tracks so fast. Now we got to look at over 150 songs to pick 10.
Okay, so that's the process. Your process is just churn them out and then we pick and see what fits.
But it's because we go through like moods, we go through vibes. So like, you know, 1 year I'm in this mood. So we're just making shit. And there's singles along the way, but for a project, this is how I'm living right now. This is how the next one's gonna come out, and then y'all will see me on the next one. That's how I'm living there, you know. So it goes really just based on how I'm living.
Okay, I like that. It's with the vibe, you know what I mean. You go with the moods.
100%. And you
Guys making music with mood over here, you know what I mean.
gotta stay current too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're taking you can take a song that's from 6 years ago, but you gotta revamp it. You know, you gotta bring it back. And that's a whole nother process of like dissecting songs and shit like that. Like we really care about the craft, so it's not just punch in verses, nonstop, and then okay, that's the song. It's like no, we're like sitting here like, dude, does this mean something? If it doesn't need to be here.
Okay, all
So,
right.
you know,
Trying to put meaning to everything and no cookie cutter elements, I guess.
even with the sounds, it's like, do we need this cha-cha right there? Like, if we do, then okay. If we don't, then what can we do to make this even better? All the little details.
Okay. We mentioned Wayne. You said Wayne was a big influence. Who else was an influence in Rosie's life?
My mom.
We said your mom definitely. Shout out to moms.
Mom, like
mom
100 times. Mom 100 times. But as for like music artists,
it could be music artists. It could be somebody that, you know what, I like this dude's style and it influence your style choices or something. Because I find like your music, like just your voice and everything, it's so unique. And where did you must have like
because it's not that's it.
had
It's
a
not
taste of
coming
that
from
somebody. You know what I mean?
It's not necessarily coming from someone. It's like I just put me into all these new aspects where it's like I grew with the music at the same time. So like I started young. I didn't know what I was really doing. Right? I'd pull up lyrics and write my own lyrics to his lyrics. So then like I don't even actually know it, but now I'm doing syllable counts without actually knowing. So like it's all self-taught and like it's why at the end of the day it's like a little bit of advice here, a little bit of advice there. And like honestly, since I've been with Honor Roll, it was like, music is music. Like we got to come out with like actual good structures, all these like different patterns, like flows, melodies, patterns, kicks, all these little, like I'm saying, the details. And like that's where it's the actual, like my sound comes from. It's not necessarily like, oh, I listened to this dude growing up. Because I listen to so many people. Like, I listen to Guns N' Roses. I listen to Bon Jovi. I listen to Beatles. I listen to everything. My parents put me on country music, Tim McGraw, Jimmy Buffett. Like I was bumping it all. So for me, it's like, I can go listen to Truck Yeah by Tim McGraw, Tim McGraw, and then I can go listen to Candy Shop by 50, and then I can go listen to like Walk It Out by DJ. Like it, all this wide range. It's just can't put there's no nail that you can just like say, yeah, that's it.
I think that's the best answer, because sometimes people give you like, oh, this person and that person, you know what I mean? But when you know that there's just so many great artists out there and they've all influenced you one way or the other, like whether it be smaller than this person, but you know that without hearing that song or this song or that song, you wouldn't be the same artist that you are today, you know what I mean?
100%. Like me and Bieber, I think, are around the same age, and like watching him grow up while I'm making music. Like I'm not even in the industry, but like watching him grow up in music and watching it change and watching it evolve, it also like told the kids like, yo, you're gonna change, you're gonna evolve, like you got to. And then you see the old guys like Jay-Z they're in their 30s and they're still pumping out these like Watch the Throne. Then Jay hits 40. Things start sounding different. Things start, content is different. And it's like people don't realize that until you're actually in it. Like this shit, like you got to grow with your sound.
That's a trip, dude. You mentioned that you're the same age as Bieber. You saw this guy's rise, you know what I mean?
I played hockey against Bieber as a kid.
Played hockey against Bieber. So this shit, bro, I don't know, like the fact that you see this kid like singing Baby, Baby, Baby with Usher, whatever, on a train. To being the artist he is today and how many people he's reached and everything.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? It's attainable, dude. You can make that same mark.
Yeah, and
I
like,
don't know
not to say I'm gonna be at the level of a Bieber or whatever. Like, stay
not
humble,
that you're gonna be singing and crooning to the ladies on top of a train.
Hey, maybe just that's in private though, No, but there's definitely a drive, and it's definitely got to keep going. Like I'm gonna make my mark in this industry somehow, and I'm just happy that I can do it with Honor Roll, like for real. Like here to stay.
You definitely have You definitely have a love for the craft. Yeah. If you could do something performance-wise or something career-wise coming up, like what's a dream that you have that, dude, like I like to rock the stage with a 10-piece band, or like I don't know, what are you feeling like?
I'd love to sell out the Bell Center. I mean, I'd love to sell out like MSG. It's just there's not like an actual thing that I would want to do. It's more about taking in that moment of saying like, yo, you sold this venue out. Like only the greats have done that. True. It's like, that's what I want to do. Like when you heard that Loud sold out the Bell Center, it's like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's fucking impressive. It's not Celine Dion. That's the local that sold out the Bell Center. We're talking a hip hop white kid.
True.
That's next level. You know what I mean? Like and then he brings out these big other, and like that's beautiful. Like that's some shit I'd love to do. Is like sell out the Bell Center and bring out my friends. Like make them the star. Like
look, more hard work, more constantly going into the studio, pushing out these tracks.
Facts.
I think you can definitely
Every day.
You can definitely strive for that. You know what I mean? Do you have any other plans as far as like maybe collaborating with bigger name celebrities? You're already saying that you don't really collaborate on your projects and everything. But
Yeah. I mean, like I'm down to work with people, but like it's gotta work. It's gotta make sense, you know. Yeah. And like there's one dude that I'd love to work with in Canada is Baby No Money.
Baby No Money.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna check him right after this.
Bro, guy's at next level. Guy's a genius, music genius, you know, and like that's where I want to, like that's what I would want to see, is like not somebody that's doing this for clout. I don't want to verse for clout. I don't want nothing like that. It's like, if the music sounds good, let's do it.
Let's say you and Ritz, you get together on a track. Sure. There we go.
Yeah, but then we'd be twinning in the video, you know? Like I got to play Ritz and he has to play me. Like that's how it would have to go.
Definitely. See, I was thinking that. I'm like, we need that Ritz collab. Real Ritz. Hook the man up with a verse and don't do it for clout, though. Just do it for the love, you know?
We can do a chain trade. I want this strange music chain. You could take my Rosy chain.
Dude, that would be epic. Because I think that was one thing that when I saw your style, like I got a hint of Ritz, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Could be the hair, could be that the way the hat was worn or something. But I had a little bit of hint of Ritz over there, you know?
I mean, hey, the dirty blonde with the red beard, we all kind of look the same.
But the red beard's unique. I think you're the only dude in hip hop right now that's got
Action Bronson.
Yeah, you're right.
Man's a goat.
I take it back.
Man's a goat.
Take it back. Dope.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So we talked about the beginning. We talked about the project that you just dropped. We talked about the single that's making its rounds. We said that there might be some shows coming up soon on a roll. We don't know yet, but the summer's looking hot, and we don't know it's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Summer's hot. We're gonna be bumping, and we're definitely gonna be going crazy. Hope everybody turns up at all our shows. Hope y'all show up. I hope y'all show up because we're gonna be going crazy.
Bro, I'm always gonna be there. Don't worry.
You know,
I'm always gonna be the Hustle Podcast. Always gonna be in the building.
Let's do it.
We're getting to that time of the day, dude. You gotta pick up that gem for me. You gotta pick up that gem in the middle of the table.
All right.
Actually, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Now you gotta drop a gem on the people out there.
Okay.
You gotta drop a gem on some upcoming artists, some people that have been hustling, doing the same thing that you've been doing all their life.
Okay. Let me drop a gem.
I
gotta pick because there's a bunch. There's a bunch out there,
bro.
you know?
You can drop 1, 2. You'll be the first to drop 2 gems. I'll let you know that much.
I'm gonna shout out my boy Swizzy. Swizzy, you poppin'? Everybody go check him out on Instagram. Swizzy 3 times. We dropped a track called Our Secret. That shit's crazy. Everybody needs to peep him. And honestly, just watch what's coming on the roll because there's a gem coming.
You heard that. You guys watch out. On a roll coming with some gems. Shout out to Swizzy. And where can the people find BeRosey? Where can we find On a Roll music?
Roses and Henny on all social platforms. BeRosey on all music platforms. We're going crazy. On a Roll Records everywhere. On a Roll.records. OnARollRecords.com. We're going nuts.
And if you actually want to find the physical location to On a Roll Records, forgot the street name.
9095 Avenue du Parc.
There you go. Just walk by. Trust me, you ain't gonna miss it.
No,
big sign in the front.
Big ass sign in the front.
And
everybody's welcome.
And if you're an upcoming artist or you want to test yourself in the booth, see if you got it, everybody's welcome. Just walk in, man.
Yeah.
Dope. Thank you for being on the show, dude. It was a pleasure having you.
Definitely a pleasure. Thank you.
And definitely looking forward to what you guys have coming up. Anything that you got coming, shows, features, projects, singles, you let us know about it. Hustle Podcast going to promote as well.
We appreciate that, fam. Thank you.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. We out.
They keep trying to play my life. I just play my role. I'm stuck looking for window pane. They keep trying to play my life. I just play my role. I ain't trying to wipe my
my tears, I'm sick, I blow my nose. I ain't tryna tweet no service like the Poconos. Rose up from the ashes, watch the smoke roast. They keep tryna play my life, I just play my role. I ain't tryna wipe my tears, I'm sick, I blow my nose. I ain't tryna tweet no service like the Poconos. Everyone's so fashion, so lost all the soul. Ay, nowadays, yeah, it's all about materials. Early bird, get the worm, eat it like a cereal. Life can be so trivial, feels like I'm trapped in it. Yeah, this couldn't be the pinnacle, they used to be me, I used to walk it off. Yeah, my brain be tripping, but it ain't Mardi Gras. Yeah, I tried to do the right thing, still felt wrong. Yeah, it's all a flash of lightning, that thunder's still strong. Hey, they used to tell me I can do it, you don't know the moves. Watch me, baby, I'ma prove it. Tell me I'ma lose, call me loser and a fool. I was scared to go to school, tryna be up on the tube, not a man on the news. Just stuck looking, window pane, scrolling, this news feed will never change. Throwing shade at me, them it's always been the same. Them they hate on me, them it's always been in vain. They keep trying to play my life, I just play my role. I ain't trying to wipe my tears, I'm sick, I blow my nose. I ain't trying to tweet no service like the Poconos. Rose up from the ashes, watch the smoke roast. They keep trying to play my life, I just play my role. I ain't trying to wipe my tears, I'm sick, I blow my nose. I ain't trying to tweet no service like the Poconos. Everyone's so fast, so lost all the soul. Try to put it in the past, in my head they tryna smash. I've been in my lane, yeah, I'm doing nothing bad. Just been focused on my bag, and it's never been a fad. Always hated on me.